So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the recent Prime Minister Modi's visit to Indonesia. So let us start. If you are reading today's The Hindu newspaper, you must have come across this, that PM Modi is in Indonesia. PM Modi hails new golden chapter in India-Indonesia bilateral relations. So I'll be discussing about Indonesia in detail, India-Indonesia relations, what are the agreements that have been signed, and about Indonesia in detail. So you can see this type of article coming in. PM Modi conferred with Indonesia's highest honor. Okay, so like we have India's highest civilian award. What is India's highest civilian award? India's highest civilian award is Bharat Ratan, right? So similarly, Indonesia's highest civilian award recently has been given to PM Modi, and the name of that award is Bintang Adipurna of the Republic of Indonesia. So this can be asked in the exam, that recently Bintang Adipurna was given, award was given to PM Modi by which country? The answer is Republic of Indonesia. That is what you should be knowing it. It is important because these types of awards are asked in the exam. You have to be very crystal clear on this. Now you can see, so here is India, and this one is actually Indonesia. It is a group of multiple islands. So this one is actually Indonesia. Okay, this is Indonesia. And PM Modi in Indonesia hails new golden chapter India-Indonesia relation. Yes, Bintang Adipurna is the name of the award that has been given to him, which is in Indonesia's highest civilian honor. Okay. Yes, PM Modi was accorded grand ceremonial welcome upon his arrival in Jakarta, Indonesia. So what is the capital of Jakarta, Indonesia? So it's Jakarta. So this one is actually, this one you can see is a Java island. And in this Java island, you will find somewhere here Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. Okay. So he has been given this award. He's on a 3-day diplomatic visit. So from 7th, 8th and 9th July. So he'll be there in Indonesia. Okay. And a military fighter jets escorted PM Modi's aircraft as it entered Indonesia's airspace before he was formally received by Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto. So he's the president of Indonesia. And it's important because we'll discuss something more about him. Prabowo Subianto. He's the Indonesia's president who greeted him. Greeted with a traditional cultural dance performance. This official visit is from 6 to 8 July. Okay. So it's from 6 to 8 July. And it was done on the personal invitation of the president, Prabowo Subianto. So this is his 4th trip to Southeast Asian country. Okay. To the Southeast Asian country means we are talking about Indonesia. This is the India's PM Modi's fourth time he's visiting Indonesia. Southeast Asia, I'm sure you must be aware. This actually, so we live actually in South Asia. And this is actually Myanmar, Thailand. These regions are actually called as, this region is actually called as Southeast Asia. And they have formed a grouping also called as ASEAN. I'm sure you must be aware. We will discuss about that as well. Okay. Now let's move on. Crucially, this signifies inaugural bilateral visit between the two nations since they formally elevated their diplomatic relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2018. So India-Indonesia elevated their diplomatic relationship to comprehensive strategic partnership in 2018. The high-level engagement is anticipated to inject further momentum to this comprehensive strategic partnership. Security relations between New Delhi and Jakarta have been significantly increased, expanded significantly in the recent years. So much so that actually India has decided to provide BrahMos missile, supersonic missile to Indonesia. So it has become a 3rd country, you can see. We will discuss about all the other countries. BrahMos we will discuss in detail because that is very, very important actually. Yes, PM Modi begins 3-day nation trip, starts with Indonesia to boost strategic ties. So he's going to 3 nations. First, he will go to Indonesia, then to Australia and to New Zealand also. So for example, from PM Modi visited Indonesia, from there Australia, and from there New Zealand. So he's actually on a 1, 2, and 3 nation trip. Okay, that is what is being talked about here. As a part of effort to promote free and open Indo-Pacific, and free and Indo-Pacific is actually a signal towards China. Whenever these countries like Australia, New Zealand, India, US, they talk about free and Indo-Pacific, like we have a concept called as quadrilateral security dialogue also, where Japan, India, US, and America is there. And they also talk about free and open Indo-Pacific. So what does free and open Indo-Pacific means? Indo-Pacific means Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. So together, Indo-Pacific means the entire region of Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. So when we are saying free and open Indo-Pacific, we are saying that China should not be blocking any ship movements in these regions, etc. So free and open Indo-Pacific is actually a signal to China, although officially it is nowhere mentioned. Because when you are saying that we need free and open Indo-Pacific, who is blocking it? There has to be someone. So officially, whenever we talk in diplomatic terms, the names are not used, but actually everyone understands what does it mean. So basically, it is a reference to China. Okay. So PM Modi has visited Indonesia, then China, then New Zealand. Indonesia. PM Modi has visited Indonesia, then he will visit Australia and then New Zealand for free and open Indo-Pacific. It means to counter China. That is the idea behind this. Okay. This is what you should be knowing. PM Modi on Monday arrived in Indonesia on the first leg of his 3-nation tour. So first nation is Indonesia, then Australia, then New Zealand. Aimed at furthering India's Act East policy. You know what is Act East? So basically when P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of India somewhere around 1992, he brought the concept of Look East. That India was ignoring this region. India was not having a lot of business trade with these Southeast Asian countries. So P.V. Narasimha Rao said, Look East policy. India should look towards East. Okay. And that is why in 2014, when Modi ji came to power, he upgraded this to Act East policy. That we should not only look it, but we should go one step ahead and start doing more further and further trade. And it is built on 4C. Culture, commerce, connectivity, and capacity building. So culture means a lot of Indian culture are there in Southeast Asia, a lot of temples, etc. We'll talk about that. Then commerce means trade, connectivity. So connectivity means like, for example, India, Myanmar, Thailand, trilateral highway, very important. Kaladan multimodal transit project. Please read about these two. This is very important, very important. Okay. Connectivity, capacity building means skill development. Okay. Like for example, India is planning to set up an IIM in Indonesia. We will talk about this. Skill development. We'll talk in this class. Okay. So these are the things being talked. The next is Mahasagar vision. And this of course is free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific. Inclusive means everyone should be allowed. No one should be blocked. Even a small country should be allowed to move its trade, navy ship, etc. or merchant ship, I would say. What is Mahasagar initiative? Okay, so basically, there's an initiative called as Sagar Initiative, which has been in the last 2-3 years upgraded called as Mahasagar, Maritime Heads for Active Security and Growth for All in the region. This is Indian Navy's initiative to provide safety in this region, Indian Ocean region, which includes Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, all. So this is an Indian initiative of Indian Navy. And you can see it brings together maritime and naval leaders to foster high-level interaction, boost maritime domain awareness, and counter shared regional challenges. So basically, the idea is that Indian Navy will take step, along with others, of course, will take the help of other countries also, like India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Kenya, Mozambique, Seychelles, Tanzania, Madagascar, Comoros, to ensure safety of ships in this region. So earlier, it was called as Sagar Initiative. Now it has been promoted to Mahasagar Initiative. So Sagar, just we have added Maha. So security and growth for all. So Maha means maritime heads for active security and growth for all in the region. Mahasagar Initiative. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. So this is about it. Please read about India, Myanmar, Thailand trilateral highway and Kaladan multimodal transit project. These two are very important. Okay. Okay. And each is since we are talking about P.V. Narasimha Rao, P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister. He was instrumental in bringing 1991 economic reforms also. And at that time, the Finance Minister of India was Mr. Manmohan Singh, who later on became the Prime Minister of India. Okay, that's what you should know. So we're talking about it, Hannah. So PM Modi on Monday arrived in Indonesia on first leg of 3-nation visit. Talked about standing Act East policy and Mahasagar vision. Hannah. So at the airport, he was received by Indonesian president and was given guard of honor. Okay. Landed in Jakarta. I'm touched by President Prabowo Subianto's gesture of welcoming me. And we have discussed that in 2018, India and Indonesia has elevated their relationship to comprehensive strategic partnership. Strategic, whenever you see the word strategic, it talks about military angle. That, okay, we are now promoting having more military trade deals, etc. between the nations. That is what the idea is. Okay. Hannah, so we are done with this. Okay. Hannah. Sagar, we are done. Hannah. So read something about Mahasagar Initiative, etc. Now, PM Modi said that Prabhu Subhavanto and I will visit the Prambanan temple complex in Yogyakarta. Okay, so this is actually, I've told you, this is the Java Island of Indonesia, and here in this island you will find Prambanan temple. So this is Prambanan temple. It's a 9th century Hindu temple compounded in the special region of Yogyakarta. Yogyakarta is actually in southern Java Island. Dedicated to Trimurti, the expression of the god as the creator Brahma, the preserver Vishnu, and the destroyer Shiva. Please read about it, because of course, whatever is in the news, they can ask questions from here. You will find it where northeast of the city of Yogyakarta in Java. Okay, it is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is the largest Hindu temple in Indonesia and second largest in Southeast Asia after Angkor Wat. You know, Angkor Wat is a very famous temple in Cambodia. Similarly, there is Borobudur in Indonesia also. Read about that Borobudur temple. Okay. So Borobudur is, I think, Borobodur or something. This is the spelling. Borobudur temple. Please read about it. That also. Okay. So yes, we have discussed about it. UNESCO World Heritage Site. Originally built in 850 CE. CE means AD by Sanjaya dynasty. Okay, Sanjaya dynasty is there. Okay. So that's what you should be knowing. And so we have talked about culture. 4C when I was talking about India-ASEAN relations. 4C, one of the C is culture. So you can see a lot of culture matches there. Okay, that is what you should know. So PM Modi said he will visit Prambanan temple complex in Yogyakarta. This will ensure closer cultural linkage between our nations. While in Indonesia, I also look forward to interacting with Indian community. And this century-old temple is located 17 km northeast of Yogyakarta city in Java Island. Indonesia's largest Hindu temple. So Mahasagar full form, here it is mentioned, mutual and holistic advancement for security across region. And we have seen these types of questions in previous year also. So that is why it is very, very important. Aage chalte. Let's move on. Yes. Now let us talk about the defense deal. We have told you that in 2018, we have upgraded India-Indonesia relations at comprehensive strategic partnership. So when you are talking about strategic, now we are talking about military angle as well. So Astra missile, BrahMos and Sabang port, very, very important. All these three are very important. India-Indonesia signed big defense cooperation agreement. So India will supply BrahMos missile and Astra air-to-air missile to Indonesia. Very important. This actually has been done. This deal has been done from 6 to 8 July when PM Modi is in Indonesia with President Prabowo Subianto. After elevating comprehensive strategic ties in 2018, and perhaps this is the first bilateral visit. So you can see it here. First is air-to-air, Astra air-to-air missile. Okay, this is Astra air-to-air missile. It was very helpful during Operation Sindoor. Okay. So Astra beyond visual range air-to-air missile. Air-to-air means from the fighter jet you can launch and attack some other fighter jet. Developed by Defense Research Development Organization for Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. Okay. Okay, so Astra 1 has been integrated with Sukhoi fighter jets. Okay, and as well as the missile will be integrated with the entire fighter jet fleets, other fighter jet fleet also. So these are the things you should be knowing about. And the manufacturer is Bharat Dynamics Limited with the help of designer is Defense Research Development Organization. Okay. So its range is from 500 meter to 340 kilometer. So maximum range is up to 340 kilometer. So this Astra missile they are buying, Indonesia is buying. Another thing they are buying is BrahMos missile. Very, very, very important. Okay, what is BrahMos missile? So BrahMos missile has been jointly developed by India and Russia. So if you see it, BRH has been taken from Brahmaputra River of Indonesia and MOS has been taken from Moskova River of Russia. So it is being jointly developed by India's DRDO and this is Russia's company, NPO Mashinostroenia. I don't know the pronunciation. NPO Mashinostroenia. So this is a defense manufacturing firm of Russia. These two together have made this BrahMos. It is a ramjet powered. So we are having ramjet engine inside it. Supersonic cruise missile. You know, supersonic which is having more than 5 Mach speed. 1 Mach is actually equal to speed of sound. And what is the speed of sound? 343 meter per second. Or 1234 kilometer per hour. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. And when India became a member of MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime, we have got the chance to increase the I would say the range of this missile. So you can read in detail about what is MTCR. That is what you should be knowing about. So this is primarily used by India and Russia, and we have first country to buy BrahMos from India is actually Philippines. You should know this. First country to buy BrahMos from India is Philippines. The second, Vietnam has done a deal, and the third is Indonesia. You can see it. 31st my news. After Vietnam, Indonesia to buy India's BrahMos missile. So Indonesia has become the third country to buy BrahMos missile from India. Very, very important. Which is the first country? The answer is Philippines. Very, very, very important. So these are basic facts you should be knowing about. It will be very helpful. Okay. Yogya. Now, one more thing. Actually, they have said that India will also assist Indonesia in developing electronic voting machine. We have EVMs in India. So India will help develop EVMs even in Indonesia also for voting purposes, etc. That is what you should be knowing. So these are the basic things you should know about this. Now, let us talk about something more. To strengthen critical mineral supply chain, India is expected to invest in manufacturing of steel, nickel, and rare earth permanent magnets in Indonesia. You know what is rare earth metals or critical minerals? These are helpful actually in critical minerals like lithium, cobalt, copper, rare earth elements. These are helpful in manufacturing digital technology, in electronics industry, etc. Okay. So to strengthen critical mineral supply, India is expected to invest in manufacturing of steel, nickel, and rare earth permanent magnets. Now, one more thing. The two sides have agreed to set up jointly developed Sabang port. Very, very important. Located very near to Strait of Malacca. 100 miles from Great Nicobar project. Very, 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 very important. This is very, very important. Okay. Where is Sabang port? Let me show. Okay. So this is actually, we have discussed that this entire region is actually Indonesia. And on the tip of it, here you will find Sabang port. So India and Indonesia will jointly develop this port. It is strategically very important. If you see it, this is Andaman and Nicobar group of island. Here we are making this Great Nicobar project, where there will be a transshipment hub and military hub, etc. So this is actually, the distance is hardly 100 miles. And 100 miles means 160 kilometers. Okay, first. Now this is strategically very important because here is Singapore and here you will find Strait of Malacca. More than 200 ships passes through this per day. Strait of Malacca. This is very important because I'm sure you must be aware, if you want to go from any East Asian region to this region, to India, South Asia, Southeast Asia, the shortest route of ship is this. The best route. Through Strait of Malacca. So when any ship, let's say any Chinese ship or Japanese ship are moving in this region, from this route, or like that, let's say. So this is Sabang port. Now this is Great Nicobar project, and this is Strait of Malacca. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. So of course, if India and Indonesia is jointly developing Sabang port, it is very important strategically. I hope you got it. Sanjaya? Okay. So I hope the importance of it, and of course these type of questions can be asked. Where is Sabang port? In which country, etc. PM Modi was accorded a ceremonial welcome at Istana Merdeka. This is the presidential palace in Jakarta. I have told you the capital of Jakarta right now is Indonesia. Jakarta. The capital of Indonesia right now is Jakarta. Why I'm saying right now? I'll tell you that they are planning to shift the capital also. So watch the entire class. Merdeka Palace. Yes. So it was earlier, of course. I'm sure you must have heard it, that this entire region was once controlled by Dutch. Like we were controlled by British. Similarly, this region was controlled by Dutch. So of course, this is a Dutch colonial palace. Of course, now, of course, it is the official residence of President of Indonesia. So it was earlier a palace of Governor General of Dutch East India Company. So like, for example, in India, we have Rashtrapati Bhavan. Rashtrapati Bhavan. It was once a palace for Viceroy of India. Similarly, in Calcutta, you will find Belvedere House, which was once the house of Governor General or Viceroy in Calcutta, before its capital was shifted to Delhi. So similarly, we are talking about Jakarta. Somewhere here is Jakarta. So Dutch East India Company's officials used to live, Governor General of Dutch East India Company. Now, of course, President of Indonesia is living, Merdeka Palace. That is what you should be knowing. Central Jakarta, Indonesia. So what are the deals? The BrahMos, we have discussed, air Astra missile, critical minerals, steel industry also. India's Steel Authority of India and Indonesia's Karako Steel will actually help develop stainless steel hub slab joint venture in Indonesia. Okay. Then agriculture we have done deal trade agreements. Read about it. Of course, UPI. India will open UPI concept. The system of UPI the transaction will happen even in Indonesia also. So India's UPI link with the Indonesia system. That is what is being in the news. So like yes, you can see IIM campus, UPI, AI and critical minerals. Okay. So IIM campus also we are opening. IIM Bangalore's campus will open in Indonesia. Okay. And the two nations has expanded for cooperation in the space sector also. And of course, critical minerals also we have done. UPI. So currently UPI is in India and other 9 countries. You have to answer me all the 9 countries. Find out. Okay. That is what you should know. And of course, they're saying that, of course, when we are opening IIM Bangalore in office or IIM Bangalore's campus in Indonesia, it would benefit the ASEAN region. So when I'm saying ASEAN region, this is Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia. And these countries have formed a grouping association for Southeast Asian nations. Earlier, there were 10 countries. Recently, 11th one was added, East Timor. So these are 11 countries, part of Southeast Asia. They have formed a grouping ASEAN, which is headquartered in Jakarta, again the capital of Indonesia. This is the headquarter of ASEAN. So these are the things. Ye ho gaya. Malacca state, we have discussed about it. Health, education. Okay. Now, let us talk about IIM Bangalore. We are done. UPI. We are planning to have UPI even in Indonesia. That is what the agreement is. Yes, one more thing. This visit comes months after Prabowo Subianto attended India's Republic Day. You know, last year, Republic Day chief guest was Indonesia's President Prabowo Subianto. And in the first Republic Day also, on 26 January 1950, the chief guest of Republic Day was Indonesia's President. His name was Sukarno. These are basic facts, you know. Now, please answer me, who was the chief guest this year in Republic Day? 2026 Republic Day, who was the chief guest? Answer it in the comment section. Now, let us talk something about Indonesia. Okay, so first of all, I know it is comprising of 17,000 islands and Borneo, New Guinea, then many islands, Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi. These are prominent islands. Okay, and capital is Jakarta. And 87% Islam, 10% Christianity, 1.6% Buddhism, Hinduism, 0.7% Buddhism is there. Okay, and you can know the president is Prabowo Subianto. That is what I think. This is more than enough. World's most populous country. Please answer me in the comment section. What is the currency used in Indonesia? Okay, and of course that is one thing. What we wanted to highlight was Nusantara. They are planning to shift the capital to Nusantara. Let me show. Okay, so here is Jakarta. Now, there are reports that perhaps it will get submerged very soon in future. So, they are planning to shift it here. Nusantara. So, most likely by 2028, this will be the new capital of Indonesia. Okay, that's what you should be knowing. Okay? So, these are the islands. थोड़ा सा मैं islands बता देता हूँ. This is Java. This is Sumatra. This is called as Borneo Island and some portion of... So, Borneo comprises of Indonesia, Malaysia and Brunei also. Okay? This is Sulawesi Island. So there are many islands also. Sulawesi. Okay. So this Borneo comprises of Indonesia, and here is actually in the northern portion you will find Malaysia, and here you will find Brunei. This is Brunei. This portion is Malaysia. Okay. Let me write it clearly. B-R-U-N-E-I. Brunei. Malaysia. Sorry. This is Brunei. This region, the rest region is Malaysia. Some portion of Malaysia is here also. And this is a part of Indonesia. And all these three together are actually part of Borneo Island. Or Kalimantan Island also it is called. Okay. That's why they are saying about this. Nusantara. They will set up in island of Borneo. A new capital, proposed capital. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.